Hi Capricorn, here's a general look at your solar chart for November 2013, and there are a couple of headlines this month worth a mention. One is the entrance of Venus into your sign, there to stay for several months, and that's good news. And the other one is the solar eclipse in Scorpio happening on November the 3rd, and most significantly influencing the fixed signs, that's Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius and Leo, but all of the signs, all of us will feel this eclipse energy, particularly in the region of 6 to 16 degrees of whatever in your chart, but it will pulse out in lessening degrees from there, which is the kind of the eye, I suppose you could say, of the eclipse. And for you in your chart, this solar eclipse energy is your invitation to take the initiative in cultivating new connections or rekindling old ones. It's all about getting contacts, getting people on side, and there can be new beginnings related to that, and also new beginnings related to a social circle or to group efforts or group gatherings. Those you are together with who have a field in common or an objective that they share or an interest in common, all of that has the feeling of turning a page. And it's necessary for you to be very practical and responsible as you go forwards, but actually that's what you do anyway as you reach towards perhaps new and unusual goals. Perhaps you hadn't quite twigged this option or this range of options before. And the solar eclipse energy isn't negative or positive, it's simply the energy of changing gears, it's simply the energy of change. And once that eclipse energy is into gear, which you can do by setting the intention of what you want changed in that area I've just mentioned, within the 24 hours of the eclipse, and the nearer to the eclipse the better, but not the other side. The nearer to the eclipse happening, the better on November the 3rd, or actually at the moment of the eclipse, then that will set that intention and push that intention out there for the subsequent 6 months. So this eclipse energy can very much be working for you. Now until the 22nd, the Sun is also in this area here where friendships, group connections, contacts, networking, and any association from the past or future, really, because this is quite a future orientated period, and you can achieve an aim or an ambition or a hope really, which has been maybe waiting to come into manifestation, waiting on the back burner of your life for a long time. And at the same time, Mercury is in this area. Mercury actually is going to be in this area until December, so that's got you furthering your aims through who you know, and some of those you haven't even met yet maybe. And discussions and ideas will be centered around this, but also are very future orientated. It's very much looking to the future and thinking along new and unusual lines. So you'll be wanting to keep your ear to the ground, you'll be wanting to keep up with what's new on the block. And unusual or informative, unconventional ideas will be attractive to you and can be quite revealing and get you thinking in a different kind of a way. And technology may have more of your attention, getting your head around new stuff like that. Mercury is retrograde up until the 10th, but from the 10th onwards will go direct, and then things should start to come together more smoothly. As the month kicks off, Venus is in a very background area of your chart where she's been since around about mid-October, and this means that you'll have kept maybe your feelings to yourself, you will have tucked yourself away a little bit, and hopefully been able to go in for some therapeutic or pampering sort of exercises. But it's possible also that you've had to really stretch yourself, put yourself out for others more, and also, been more sensitive to others' feelings, kept some feelings to yourself, either because you judged it to be the kindest sort of thing to do, or in fact you don't want to let on to somebody how you're feeling about them. And others can be oblivious of that, but this is the time for you to take a step back and touch base with yourself, your angels, your guides, your guidance, whatever you call that, your higher self. And Venus has the knack of finding the balance. So in this very nurturing area, either you being, in the bridge for somebody else or others, or in fact you taking downtime for yourself and going in for some of this self-nurture as well, or doing it with a good companion, somebody that you trust, somebody who can you can accept from, because of course accepting help is one way of showing love to others. And you need Venus to help you in this very background area, prepare you for the time to come, which will be from the 5th, when Venus transits into your sign, Capricorn, and will stay there until March. Now, this is a very unusual extended transit of Venus, and it will alter your mood. It'll make you more. I'm not saying that you're not approachable, but it'll just make you feel more sociable. You really want to relate to certain others, of course not the whole world all at once, but you really want to relate to others. You will be more open and less guarded, and this transit here means that you'll be just meeting the world with a smile, and of course anybody that meets the world with a smile gets a smile back. And you'll get more opportunities to mix and mingle with others successfully, and you'll tend to come across as more charming and persuasive. So this is good news for business or personal life, and you could be doing quite well really materially, because Venus is the planet of material success, money. So there could be goodies in the pipeline coming your way, but it's not all easy peasy. You've got to watch the Venus energy, that you're not so generous and so kind-hearted, that the flow, which can flow both ways, towards you or away from you, is going, more away from you. If that's your choice, that's okay. But that's what can happen. We put our hand in our pocket and flash our little card more than usual. This anyway overall is a good time for you to work that energy to your advantage in whatever way you want to, and it's great for anything to do with art as well. It's very artistic energy coming from Venus. On the 22nd, the Sun will move into the background area, so Venus will be very much friendly and out there, but just at the beginning of this transit with the Sun from the 22nd in the background area, although between the 5th and the 22nd is probably quite outgoing, is really quite sociable. But when the Sun goes into the background area, there it's the time for you to go on with things more behind the scenes, and whatever's on the drawing board maybe, but being more sensitive to the needs of others, and also you looking after yourself more and your energies more with the Sun in that background area there. Mars is for the whole month in an area to do with learning as you're going along, being on quite a learning curve actually, but also expanding into new territories, mentally into new territories, but also physically. You could be getting into new territories and learning things that you didn't have a clue about before. You maybe had some sort of rosy idea, but with Mars here, it really is about finding out the facts. And to do that, you need to plunge into unfamiliar territories, or territories that you thought you knew, but actually didn't until you're actually out there doing it. So signing up for a course, going on a trip, and just connecting with people who are experts maybe in their field, who are teachers maybe, and really giving you the lowdown on something and helping you to join up the dots, whether for good or ill. You know, you're coming up against the reality of the sort of the group collective perception, which is called the truth. And also, this would be a good time for you to shake out the cobwebs, just get out of that normal rut that we're all in, and stretch yourself in a different kind of a way. And this is a great time to launch into a new enterprise or project. Until next July, Jupiter is opening the way to growth for you anyway, through personal or professional alliances, liaisons, partnerships. It's a very important time with Jupiter transiting through your opposite sign. And for some of you, romance could come knocking on your door, or really, really solid relationships, you know, new friendships, or strengthening of established relationships. Because with Venus in your sign until March and Jupiter in this area of your chart, your partnership area, your close relationship area, for such a long time, then something like that could be going on. And it's going to be because of your associations with others, because of your partners, because of your close relationships. You are going to be learning new stuff. You're going to be plunged into new horizons, and your horizons broadening because of them. Because of what's going on with them, because of just the way they are, where they come from, what they do. And also, with the energy working in the way it should, they are going to be plunged into new realities because of you, because of where you come from, your background, your education, your experience. Partners, colleagues, clients, employers, employees could get you thinking more expansively, and probably you will be learning a lot through them, but they will be learning a lot through you too. And you Capricorns born between the 9th to the 12th of January, or between 19 to 22 degrees rising, are going to feel this energy the most this month. Saturn I've touched on already. Well, in fact, I didn't mention it, but the eclipse is conjuncting Saturn and Mercury and the north node of the moon. And that means that this is a great time for you to put a steady, consistent flow of energy into networking, cultivating people, cultivating contacts, group connections, friendships, new ones, old ones. Also, consistent energy into a hierarchy or a social circle, getting to know people, letting them get to know you. Maybe feeling a lack there, that actually you haven't quite put your finger on the right club, group, association, society that you want to be allied to, or that maybe for work, you know, you're in amongst a group of people that you don't quite connect with. Wherever Saturn goes, she tests us, and so she sometimes kind of gets us, we get removed from our ideal situation in order that we get clear about what we really do want, and then we reach for that in our lives. This is a very long transit. There's plenty of time for reaching and getting it right. Saturn is going to be here until 2015. She just pops out a bit in 2014 at the very end, but she's properly out in 2015. And you can be able to, with this energy, you can establish yourself very gradually in the eyes of others and rise up the levels, which is what you like, the mountain goat, Capricorn, and establish yourself, or establish whatever it is you want to establish. And you Capricorns born between the 29th of December and the 2nd of January, or with 8 to 12 degrees rising, are to feel this energy the most this month. The current positions of Saturn, Jupiter and Neptune are going to boost your creative self-expression, and you will be expressing yourself in a more friendly, warm kind of a way, persuasive kind of a way, up until March anyway. And these positions of Saturn, Neptune and Jupiter are going to help you experience a greater understanding of which community or friendship you enjoy the most, or which are the most value to you, are the most useful to you, and you're the most useful to them. And a relationship, a special relationship, could open your heart and connect you to the wider horizons, even those at a distance. And that's it for November. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to those. It'll give you another slant on what I've said here, and also if you want to see which degree of your sign the outer planets are affecting, go and have a look at my website. That's updated every month. And I'll see you the next time.